Hello and welcome back to the Touchline, your favorite daily tactical analysis show. The Euro 2020 is heating up already with those kind of matches going on. You have already seen a particular upset just before some matches ago. I mean, the last match has been really crucial for both the teams, but Czech Republic has exceeded their expectations and exceeded everybody's expectations. So we are here with that particular big match where Ronaldo has the chance to go past Alidia for 110 international goals. Can he be able to do that? Yes or no? We will see that after the match, but we are here to go through the match analysis. Without further ado, I am handing over the match to the host of this show. I am not the host today. So please, Abhishek, take the show from here.
Yeah, but it was a great intro, by the way. So definitely you can be the host as well. So, but there is no particular host. We all just come and enjoy and like speak what we like. So, guys, we have Nandi from Stat Attack, from Tactic Show, and Cyan from Stat Attack. I'm sorry. And if you want to know more about them, I've mentioned them in the description. Go check them out. But then now let's begin with this big match. Um, what are you feeling, guys? It's very it can go either way, I think.
I am still not over of the previous match. What I have seen, so I'm really happy. Yes, I'm really happy that these kind of teams are going to the further stages of the tournament. That's why Euro is so special. Not only Euro, the international tournament are so special for the audiences, for the broader audiences who do not watch football that often. And this match can be the best match of this tournament till now, with those favorite teams like and Belgium. For Belgium, it's really crucial. If they go out from another tournament like that with this particular golden generation, then they will have nothing to show and nothing to prove. And this golden generation, without winning a trophy, will be a further waste. So I am hoping for an enthralling match again. Let's see what happens today. I'm really excited for this match.
Shan, how do you feel?
Like I won't say go on to saying that this is the best match of Euro. Like there were matches of France versus Germany and Portugal versus Germany, France versus like every matches of Group F were I think those were bigger
Yeah,
matches than this one. Then what again that said Nandi said that like this is the best set of footballers that Belgium has corrected. Like and their average age is pretty high. Like they will get another chance in the World Cup, and after that they are not getting any chances. I've not the general thing is that winning a World Cup is tougher than winning a Euro. So I think this is the better chance of getting at least some silverware from this golden team. Uh, that's
yeah,
it. Like
absolutely.
this is a must win match for. Like another thing is the opposition is Portugal, or what can I say about Portugal is Ronaldo. From childhood, there's one player that always frightened me, and that was Ronaldo. I don't know, but I'm afraid of him. I sometimes hate him. I'm a big fanboy of him. Like I became a fan after his performance against Germany. I was in awe after that run in the first goal and that
Yeah,
stretch to assist Jota.
yeah,
I've just become a bigger fan of that man with years, and I'm very much afraid of him. So yeah, Portugal can change anything.
all
Absolutely.
right. Let's move on to let's go for the head for the first comment. So an early comment, and then we'll go into the analysis part. Why Diogo Dalot is playing in place of Semedo while Semedo has had a great game against France.
Maybe
I
because of his youthness. I mean, with the likes of the opponents he is going to face. Yes, it can go wrong as well with his inexperience in this kind of big stages. But Diego Dalot, with his loan spell, has been really good for Milan this season and has played some really crucial matches. Whereas even in this tournament, Semedo has been wasteful in some matches. Yes, in the last match he was really good, but everyone has appreciated that after getting that kind of bash from the
Yeah,
fans on for the previous matches. But still, I feel Diego Dalot's move was a smart move and a courageous move from Renato Sanchez. Sorry, Fernando Sanchez.
all right, that makes sense. Let's move on to the dynamics of the match. Let's hear it
Yeah,
from
I mean,
Nandi.
we can go through the Team lineups first, I guess.
Formation, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
go through the team lineups first. Uh, so this is how Portugal is going to line up. Uh, Pretty solid, and I'm looking forward to what Sanchez can do this time out.
Yeah,
absolutely,
Sanchez
like
has been brilliant.
absolutely. And I'm
like in
also
the
looking for that guy Paulina, Paulina or Paulina, whatever you
Berlin.
pronounce his name. Yeah,
Pauline.
Yeah,
that guy has impressed me a lot in the last match. Whatever appearances he had, whatever short kind of appearances he had in this tournament, he has real potential to be a next big star in that particular role. The guy is tall. Guy has some crucial vision of pinging up that balls on higher up the pitch, and his hold up play is also really good, which I have seen till now. So I'm looking forward to him today as well. And
he
that
also
is
makes
another
runs
good
in the
thing.
box.
Yes, he can.
All right. So this is how the Belgian side is going to
Yeah,
line
this
up.
is the most
All-star team, it seems.
Yeah, this is the most predictable lineup, except from though. Then also I can say that Denier wasn't at his best form, so Vermaelen is I think a good option. And this is
All
obviously
right.
this is the most probable lineup. The most no big surprises there. Some may think that Eden Hazard is a surprise, but I don't think he is after the way he played in last few matches. He's really good, and the thing about after KDB came, KDB is something his generational talent. Of course, he's going to start ahead of Martins, so there's no doubt about that. And of course, there's Lukaku. The front three looks very dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing about there, I think today one of the goal if Belgium scores, I think one of either Meunier or Thorgan will be on the score sheet. The way they have lined
All
up.
right. All right. Just I have a question. As Shayan is a Chelsea fan here, uh, what happens to Hazard when he's playing for Belgium? He's playing good, pretty good, but when he's playing for Real Madrid, it's like not what it's expected from uh, Hazard. What
Like
happens to him?
what can I say? Like being I'm not a big fan of Real Madrid. Like, in fact, I pretty much hate that team. But I can say one thing that they're the best team. There's no doubt about that. They're the most successful team in Europe. They're the best team. And when you play for the best team, the fan base is huge. So the pressure is much higher than you play for any other team. And I think that's what happened with Hazard this season. When you're playing with the like I think it was his dream to play under Zidane more than I think it was to play for Real Madrid. So and when you're playing for such the greatest team of all time, then the pressure is really high, and the fan base is not at all merciful. They are going to bash after every one game. They are going to go and bash him. So I think that's what happened. Like there is a documentary about Anelka. Anelka was a record transfer in Netflix. There is a Anelka was a record transfer for Real Madrid in 2000. In the documentary, he mentioned quoting. I'm quoting that after my transfer to Real Madrid, the real hell began. Like it's
Real hell.
not for everyone. Not you need
Yeah,
very big spine to stay and. So I think when they're legends of Real Madrid, what can I say? What they did with Casillas and what they're doing with Ramos, I don't think
yeah.
they really respect their
Shameful.
players.
It's
I
shameful.
don't think that yeah
Nothing
they
short of
respect
that.
their players enough. Yeah,
So, all
so
right.
that's the thing that happened with.
Got a uh, comment here. Nilakash Basu says, Chadley out due to illness, desperately needed Chadley. Uh,
Ye-
Chadley
Yes,
was the one who scored against Japan, right?
yes, and
I
Yeah.
but
probably
I don't think Chadley would have started if he was fit also. Meunier is the starter.
All
yeah,
right.
he would have. But Chadley is one of those players who can do anything for the team and who can play in any kind of a position. He's that particular team man. And when Japan as you mentioned Japan on that match when Chadley was one of the players who came off the bench and changed the dimensions of the match for a particular reason. And Chadley has always been that particular player for Belgium, that go-to player. And also one player is I should mention is that Fellaini. These kind of players have always been Belgium's go-to mans when they are in real travel, so they can change the matches. So yes, maybe Chudley would have been a good inclusion as well in this particular match.
All right. Next comment here. The whole RM team is cruise centric. Hazard needs to have the ball. He's a playmaker. While in Real Madrid, all Hazard had to do is make forward runs. He's not that type of a player. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we can discuss that on another show as
Yeah,
well. I mean, it's not the particular
I
show
will
to discuss
definitely
that.
do that. We'll
Yes.
definitely do that. Good point, Nilakash. Prakhar Bhattacharya says, who will be the golden boy of Euro 2020? Kai Havertz, my friend. Kai Havertz. But you never know. So there are more contenders there.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe
Being a
maybe
flop, he
Portugal
scored two
advantage.
and assisted two.
who? Foden?
If
Being a
Foden?
flop,
no, I have
like
Yeah,
not seen
being
I'm
Foden
saying
that
like
much. I have
I'm
not
saying
seen
that
Foden that much
Hazard was coined as
this
a
season.
flop this season. After that, also he has scored twice and assisted twice
I,
in
Okay.
I
Euro
don't
only.
know who coins these things. I really want to know if they have like proper analysis certifications under their belt or not. Because as Goretzka said, 82 million coaches of Germany. That's true. Everybody is an analyst these days. So
Yes,
uh,
and also
even
also
we
the
are.
thing is, Renato Sanchez also has the potential to be the golden boy of this Euro
Yes,
2020.
Renato
You know,
Sanchez definitely.
if people go through our last few videos, they might think that I'm a Renato Sanchez fan. Yes, probably. Why not? If you have that kind of a player, why do bench him? And maybe Fernando Santos have seen one of our videos where we have uh, vocalized about him that he should start, he should start. So yes, finally he's starting from last two matches, and you see the
Yeah.
result against France. Their midfield was really an enemy.
Finally, I think
But
Santos is showing some balls.
Yes,
yeah, but Renato Sanchez is like he's going to turn 24 in 1.5 months.
Yeah, yeah.
So does he still like in the bracket of the young one, like the young player of the? Well, I don't think so because 24, like it's almost 24. So, but Kai Havertz on the other hand he's 22, so it's still on the lower end, but it's still there. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I understand some kind of a German
the
agenda is coming out.
yeah, German, like the biasness is like oozing out of my mouth now. Uh, Niloy Kar is saying Dinar and Boyata have both been benched, and the back three for Belgium lacks the pace that these two have. How big a problem would that be? Good question. Who would like to take this up?
Yes, yes, good question. For that, I would like to show a thing, a
Yes.
tactical thing, which I have observed in one of the matches, probably against the likes of Finland. So in that transition, if we take water in this lineup, so just tell me one thing: was the has Porter started in the last match against Finland? I'm really getting confused. Water or Denier? Who was that? I guess
I think
Boata
both
had
of them
started. Yes.
started.
Yeah, Boata was
Boat
there.
and denied, both
Both
of them
started. Yes,
started.
yes, yes, yes. So one thing I have observed that just think that their defensive lineup has advanced a bit. So Boata was the man who was trying to get into this particular zone to take that particular man of Finland, as Finland was playing some kind of a defensive shape, like a low block, and one of their center forward was always high up the pitch. So there was some kind of a confusion between Boata and Witzel, which made the life difficult for the whole defensive setup of them. And that means if one of them is not, if there is a confusion between your center backs and your center defensive midfielder, that means your team is in deep trouble. And I can remember from that particular confusion, Finland advanced into this kind of an area, and that was almost a goal. So these kind of things should not happen in this particular matches. Suppose you are failing to mark Ronaldo, or your defense doesn't know who will mark Ronaldo, then your defense is in shambles. And the likes of Ronaldo, you have the player Ronaldo, he can score at any moment of time. So that means that's why even if they have a lack of pace, I feel Mr. Martinez has gone with experience more.
All right. That answers the question, I hope. Prakhar Bhattacharya says, I'm a big fan of my friend Abhishek, Sir Nandi, and my friend San here. We want more videos. You've asked for it, we'll get it.
Yeah,
No worries.
I want this guy to be in the show. He always takes a dig at me. I
All
will
right.
see him.
Uh,
I think
we have a we have a graph from friends at Stat Attack. So, Shine, why don't you go ahead with this one?
Like from there, I can see the smallest yellow dot, which is at the leftist side, is Belgium. If there is someone can see it. From there,
Yeah,
the y-axis is pressures and x-axis is successful pressures. So here we see that Netherlands is the best in pressures, and we saw that the pressures is not pressure, like making successful pressure doesn't mean that the match will end in a win, but we have seen in the last match. So I can
yeah,
say that Belgium, the side of Belgium is that make they don't pressurize the teams more. They like to keep the position, and if they lose the position, they go back. Like there are certain teams after losing the position, they like what Netherlands does is that whenever they lose the position, they go and try to two or three people try to like what I can say two or three people start marking the player and try to regain the position. But the thing about Belgium is they organizer is not like what can I say? They are not paid. They don't pay 5-3. They actually pay 3-4-3. There's a certain difference
right.
in that. They don't have wing backs. Uh, they are like right midfielders and left midfielders. So Thorgan Hazard is not that good defensively. So if they commit 2 and 3 players to press them, then their defense will get their flanks will get space. Like opposition flank runners will get space. Uh, Due to that reason, I don't think they don't press a lot. Whenever they lose the position, they start pressing after the. What I've seen like this that the player that presses in the opposition half is only Lukaku, and other players try to move back in their half after they lose the position. So this stat shows exactly that, and that has been pretty much successful then with them. Another thing is that they don't have a what can I say? Witsel is not a destroyer. Witsel is
Yeah,
more of a box to box midfielder. He's good, like he's
right,
good defensively, but he's not the what can I say destroyer. He's not Kante, or he's not someone as good as Busquets. So
right.
that's the thing. That's why they don't press that much.
Yeah,
All right.
and also as Dr.
Yeah,
mentioned about the wing backs, one thing I have observed is that both the wing backs tend to be a bit wide. I mean it's pretty unnatural for me, pretty wide, and that means whenever they are getting pinged by the defenders, they are in some kind of a isolation zone. I mean, they are receiving the ball behind the opposition's goal. That means when someone is getting pressed in this particular area, they do not have much to go forward, and they have to get the ball back to the defense or the covering midfielder. That means their wingbacks are not getting progressive runs into this kind of an area due to this particular problem. Yes, if they are wingbacks tucks in a bit in the inside channels, then they can have natural body position. That means they have a more chances of getting another man or moving on to the half spaces with by beating that particular player.
okay. Uh, so we have, I think Shine just disconnected. Oh, no,
Yeah.
No,
he's
no,
here. Uh, yeah, कहाँ जाएगा? But yeah, uh, we are comparing today. It's a battle of not only this midfield, but it's also a battle of two goal scorers who are in hot form. There is Ronaldo, who is like has been in hot form for the past 10 years, and then there is Lukaku, who is now slowly getting into the scene of like the high scorer contenders because he's right now the high scorer. Has the highest international goals for Belgium,
Yes.
and he has been scoring pretty much
Pretty much.
like
Yes.
consistently. Uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and not only talking about Inter Milan, but for Belgium, he has been scoring. So these are two solid strikers. So how do we compare them? We have got the charts as well, but before we go to the charts, how do you guys compare these two? Of course, there is no
Uh,
comparison between Ronaldo and
yes.
Lukaku, but
Yes.
anyway,
Yes.
how do they
Uh,
match up?
Look,
like
again, that what comes from me. Like Ronaldo has not been that impactful in this particular tournament. If you really compare
Right,
with Ronaldo and Lukaku in this particular tournament, uh, Lukaku has been that particular influential for Belgium. So I'm bringing my tactical board again to show why Lukaku was good. So Lukaku was constantly pinging one, taking one of those mans in this
Yeah.
particular area or this particular area, which allowed the wing backs or even the players like KDB to on the half spaces to get into these particular zones. And if you thoroughly remember, the when KDB came into the second half versus Denmark and changed the
Yeah.
completion of the game, just try to remember that Lukaku was the has started or initiated the attack in that particular match, and that led to both those goals. Like Lukaku was here and taking on those two mans, and the ball came to and he passed it to KDB, and KDB just put the ball into this particular area, and that was a tap in from whoever that was. I can't remember the name right now. So that was the influence of Lukaku, and that has been a pattern of play from him. And also when there was not much of a half space game from Belgium, and they were struggling to break down from the middle, Lukaku was coming down, and Lukaku was taking those midfielders or defenders and making. And of course, in Slovakia match, I remember the Slovakian defense and midfield was really struggling to get with his pace as well as the physical abilities. So
Yeah, his
Lukaku has been
physical
a better
abilities are
player.
off the charts.
Yeah, of course. So the thing is, both of them have been that good. I mean, Ronaldo has not been that good, but yes, again, Ronaldo has scored 5 goals. So their fans can say yes, Ronaldo has scored goals. But if you really compare both of their impacts on both of the teams' games, Lukaku has been way better than Ronaldo in at least in this particular tournament.
All right, so then let's go forward and head down to the
No, no,
stats
I
here.
want to point another
Yeah,
thing about that, like in
Yeah,
Lukaku and
yeah,
Ronaldo part. You can that thing is that Ronaldo, the way Belgium plays is their wing backs make diagonal runs. Both of the wing backs make diagonal runs. The thing about Portugal is their wingers, the fullbacks don't make any diagonal runs. So what that happens is Lukaku, both their front three, Lukaku, KDB, and Hazard. What I think they will drop down. They will drop down and try to feed those inverted, uh, like uh, those diagonal runs that the wing backs are making. So I think Lukaku plays a bit deeper than Ronaldo. Yeah, for
yeah,
Belgium,
yeah. Of
uh,
course, of course. That's
he
what I
provides
mentioned.
more.
You
Yeah,
remember when they were playing with the likes of Carrasco and Martins, and there was not much of a half space game involved on their match. And when yes, of course, when KDB came, KDB is the king of half space, you can say. So the thing is, the complexion of the game changed. So that's when you try to remember that Lukaku was coming way down to the midfield and taking those balls out and helping the trapped zones of the where when their wingbacks were trapped onto the flanks. Lukaku was coming back and helping all of them to run into the forward zone. So that's where Lukaku's physical ability and pace all have helped the team as well.
absolutely. Now I think let's dig down to the hardcore stats of these two players.
Absolutely.
Like who do we start with? Let's do a stone paper
Yeah.
scissors. We
No. I think start with Lithuania, man. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Start with Ronaldo.
All right, let's go for Ronaldo then. Uh,
okay.
Chan, why don't you go
So
ahead?
about Ronaldo, like I'm going to like disagree with my fellow host here. I don't think for me, Ronaldo is the best player of this Euro. Like scoring in clutch situations is something. If- something is like he isn't providing much balls, but he provided an assist for Jota. So
You're
what can I
trying to
say?
be cool here. You're trying to be cool here. If I
No,
go
no,
through your
I'm not.
past Facebook post, you can get exposed. Don't try to play with me.
No. I'm not trying to be cool here. I have even posted that Ronaldo is goat after the first goal. I
Yeah, that
posted
was
in my
some kind of
WhatsApp.
a makeup. That was some kind of a
No,
makeup.
no,
I
that
have to
was
go through
not
your whole
kind of a
past
makeup.
Facebook post. Then you
Like
can get exposed
obviously,
here.
I'm a Real Madrid hater. Obviously, I'll make trolls and memes on Ronaldo and the
Yeah,
fans of Ronaldo. So, but the thing is, like, I have become like, what can I say? Some can say that he scored 3 penalties. That's why he's not good enough. But being a Messi fan, I can see that scoring 3 penalties in clutch situations is not an easy job. Like there have been
Yeah,
many players
of
who
course it
have
is.
missed
Of
they have
course,
the pressure of a whole burden of a whole country. That when you are being coined as a goat and
of
you are
course, of
taking a
course,
penalty, the pressure of a whole you are carrying the burden of whole country, and you're all like when Ronaldo takes a penalty, like we are
of
sure
course,
that it's a goal.
of course.
Portugal has the penalty, it's a goal.
I want this particular recording to be here and send this to all his Barcelona friends to see who he actually is.
all right, we'll do that definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Uh,
so
let's go through the charts.
we can say
yeah,
here like from per 90 1.67 goals, like it's inhuman. It's totally inhuman. Expected goals is 1.6. Percentage is 100. Means the stats are saying that he will score. He must score today.
Yeah, yeah,
And
he will
he's
score.
like, yeah. The other thing is that the his assist percentile is 84.9 and expected assist is 86. Like the thing that pointed out that he is like not plays much for his team, like he plays individually. This stats kind of prove that wrong. Because if the guy has 86 percentile of assist, then it's really like something else. He'll
Yeah,
take per 90, he'll take one shot on target, and that will be a goal. So means
yeah,
if
yeah,
he's getting a target, it's obviously a goal.
yes,
So these
of course,
stats are something else of this guy.
of course, true.
All right. I think let's head to
Lukaku, yes.
Lukaku here. Good stats here as well. Shine, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, Lukaku has one goals like per 90. He again, this guy also has one goal per 90 and percentile of 96%. Means again the stats are saying that he'll score. So it's
Yeah.
and expected goals is little lesser than Ronaldo's 100%, which is inhuman. He has 78%. That also I'm not. If you ignore the stats of Ronaldo, like after Ronaldo, these stats may seem like not that much. So 100%, 78%. But the thing is,
Yeah.
these stats individually are really good. 1.37 shots on target. So we can say that Ronaldo had one shots on target and he has 1.37. That means he will have more shots than Ronaldo. I can say that. And shots per 90 also. But the chart above, we can see that he's in the middle of the tournament. Per 90, he's in the like he's above most of the other players. This shows how good he has been. And what
Absolutely.
can I say for Belgium? He has been like whenever he's even if he struggled for in his last season for United, he has been always
Yeah.
crucial for Belgium. He has scored 70 goals for Belgium, and 70 stats of 70 goal is inhuman. Like what can I say? It's really good.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Exactly. I'd agree 100% with you. So I definitely it's going to be a battle of strikers. Midfield is going to be a battle everywhere today. So we're definitely going to stick to the screen today for a long time.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes to extra time and then penalties. Love that thing. So let's head down to the comments. There are a few comments that we missed out. Witzel and Renato Sanchez comparison. Who will be the most vital for their team? Good one.
Mm, Renato Sanchez will be playing of a more of a B2B role. So and Witzel will be, I think, the sole CDM. He'll play the CDM role. So I think the roles will be pretty much different. Renato Sanchez will be getting in the box, getting in spaces to score goals, and Witzel will be trying to like regain the position or press. So I think which will comparing them will be. I don't think it will be. Uh, I can't particularly compare them right now.
Yeah, the roles are different, so not in the similar place, so it's tough to compare. But we have a question from Niloy Kar here. Today it will be Bruno versus KDB. Apparently, Bruno is better according to few people. Thoughts not internationally, definitely not internationally. At
Yes,
least I can say that.
yes,
Bruno
but
is
if you go through his club stats, then Bruno
Yeah,
Fernandes was the best player of Premier League this season.
for
There is
club
no second thought about it.
there is a
Of course,
yeah
for
for
club he
club
was the
there
best,
is
and of course, he was the
yeah
most influential player for United, and
yeah
he was one of the best in the Premier League. And after,
yeah.
and if I state this, people might think that I am biased. But the thing is, since Bruno
But you
arrived,
are na.
maybe yes, but since Bruno arrived, KDB was
Yeah.
nowhere to seen. I mean, there was no
like no, no.
competition.
Like when Bruno arrived, KDB was
If you
injured. That's why he was nowhere to be seen.
possibly okay, you can have some excuses. You can have some excuses, but the thing is, whenever you see that Bruno has always been better than KDB, at least in
No,
last 1.5 years. One
what
and a half
can I
years,
say about that?
there is no
1.5 years.
comparison.
If I rate both of the midfielders, I'll rate 9.5 for Bruno and 10 for KDB.
That's
Right.
because you have an agenda, possibly.
No, no, I don't have an agenda. Like that's
No,
9.5 is
no,
pretty good. Like, but
just tell me
KDB
honestly.
is something else.
Just tell me honestly. Whose, I mean, whose influence was better for his team in last 1.5 years? Don't compare Porto's. Yes, FC Porto's Bruno with Manchester City's KDB. I am comparing Manchester United's Bruno versus Manchester City's KDB in
Okay,
last
I'm
one and a half
comparing.
years.
I'm comparing Manchester United Bruno with Manchester City's. what can I say, KDB. So KDB was injured for half of the season. We saw that, and what can I say? Like after KDB got injured in the UCL final, City were nothing to do. They were doing nothing. Chelsea were completely dominating them
But
until KDB was there. The kind of
we
impact
can
that
we can
KDB
do another
brings.
show. Yes, we can do another show for that. This I could
Yes,
have
yes.
countered you a
I
lot.
Yeah,
think we
but
won't be able
Let's
to
change the
no, no,
topic.
finish
again,
this.
the thing about Bruno and KDB, I can say in 1.5 years, KDB has a Premier League. Bruno doesn't have
Oh, that's another agenda much in top comment, I guess. I
that.
mean, you can't compare a
I
player's international trophy. So in that matter, Cristiano Ronaldo is way
in
better than Messi. So it can pinch a bit of salt on your wounds. Does it?
how can I
Does it
say
make
way
sense?
better?
Does it make sense?
Both
Not
of
way better.
It
one has
doesn't
Messi is
make
five
sense.
little
five
bit better.
No,
UCL,
yeah,
one
I
has
mean,
four.
it doesn't make sense. You can't compare a players. I mean, a player's team have won a medal, and the player have been influential, but and the player's team haven't won anything, but player was influential.
Bruno
You
has
can't do
been
that.
really influential for
You can't do
United.
that.
If
Of course he
Bruno
was.
wasn't
Of
there,
course he was.
United would have
But
ended
again,
outside
again,
top four.
again, coming into your
But
agenda, KDB has done anything in this season? As per you, he was injured, but still he got a medal. So what does it mean?
like in the second half of the season when KDB came back, KDB is something else.
KDB is
We can
something
see like
else. Probably
what
I
can
was
I say?
watching Premier League on another channel. Probably then.
Santos agrees with me. That's why Bruno is on the bench.
Possibly. Okay.
All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Actually, Netherlands were off their game today. Otherwise, their pressing is their biggest asset. Definitely their biggest asset.
What can I say?
But yeah, they
Netherlands
they
and like
got the red card as well, right?
yeah. Now what can I say? Like Depay going to Barca, he has started choking after signing for Barca. He's showing his Barca blood right now. Like one of
All right.
not a single set piece of him build the first line of defense of first all the corners which
Ball.
he were taking the first player were heading it clearing that. So I think Depay was horrendous today.
Probably one of their
All
worst
right.
performance in last few years. I mean, since they have been a bit of a rejuvenation under the new manager, but since and this was some wasteful performance which I have seen from a Netherlands team long time.
All right. Big shout out to Shan sir and Ajit sir. Yes, absolutely. Lukaku better than Ronaldo. Check CDI stats. Okay, so that brings out another debate for which we don't have time. So we'll just keep these questions and we'll get back to these in a live debate show. So don't worry about
Absolutely.
it. Uh, Akash Biswas, Bernardo and Jota are far away from their best yet. There is no Felix, not a single minute given to him still till now. Can anybody explain the reason?
Only
Uh,
Fernando
Santos
Sanchez can.
is Santos
I
is
can't.
like afraid. I think he's a very afraid. He's a coach. He's not ready to take much risk. He's really wants to play with his comfort zone. Like again, the Bruno thing. Bruno is far better player than Moutinho. Still, Moutinho is starting because of his comfort zone with that player than Bruno.
But you know what kind of comfort zone are you talking about? I mean, not playing one of the best young talents and playing a wasteful talent who is missing chances after chances. Does it make sense?
I don't think like some coaches have this, like Low with Sane, Santos with Jota. I don't know what is like Sterling and Southgate. There are some coach to player relationships with that we are never able to understand.
Yeah, there are. Nilaka says clutch Penaldo and Datta out. Pretty much a hashtag that we can use. Prakhar Bhattacharya, how actually you represented this data table? So, like
Mm,
Yeah, only Statata guys
magic.
can tell, and you can ask them
Yeah,
internally as well. This is not a question for the
yeah.
show.
Yeah. So Akash Biswas, but he plays for Juventus. Okay, so that he committed it during the fight. Okay. Rupa and the Lukaku is the only striker who plays like a center back in striker position. I don't know if it's sarcasm or he's actually trying to like provide logic because he's a sturdy guy and he can hold off center backs just with his arm,
uh, how
and we have
can
seen him do that. So
how can a
he's a
center back
strong
score
guy.
70 out of 130 games?
He
Possibly,
can't
possibly.
unless you're Koeman or uh, Sergio
Now
Ramos, you
Koeman
don't
also
have
didn't
a
score 70
chance.
out of
Yeah,
130
I'm
goals.
just
That's
kidding, of course. But
uh,
for a centre back, he has scored a
uh,
hell lot of goals and
Yes, yes,
Ramos
yes,
as well.
yes.
Niloy Kar says the reason Ronaldo has that inhuman XG is because of the penalties. Each penalty adds 0.6. Okay, so I'm not
Right.
going to take
Wow.
these comments, man, because we are
Wow.
never going to end this show, and it's 10
Wow.
minutes to kick off. We'll just quickly go through the comments. Relax, or KDB is a cheat code, but Bruno is a penal code.
We'll answer this later after the end of the show.
All right. The comment section is fun. Shannon has Bruno as his captain in FPL for the entire last
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So there comes the penalties as well. So
Yeah,
anything can
obviously for
happen.
penalties, I kept him for penalties and referees.
Niloy Kar says fight, fight. Uh, this was
Fernando saved us.
Prakash. Sir, remember if Southgate can do it, we can too.
This was some lit comment.
Yeah, Southgate is. I hope Southgate like makes mistakes in the next match. But yeah, let's head to the predictions now. The comment section was pretty good today. Yeah, let's head to the predictions. Let's start with Nandi today.
I'm a bit skeptical about both the teams. I mean, my mind is saying that yes, Belgium can win, but then again, Portugal can win as well as per Ronaldo's charisma. So if I take a safe option, that could be a 2-1 Belgium. It can go otherwise as well.
All right, Shan.
I think it will be a 2-2 or 1-1. I think it will be a draw and it will go to extra time or penalties. It's high chance that this is going to penalties.
And then again, Ronaldo
Yeah,
scoring the fifth penalty
Yeah.
and banging
and
See
opening his
you.
shoe.
shirt and
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
I would say, yeah, I'm looking forward to penalties this time out, definitely. But if it goes to penalty, probably Ronaldo might miss. Might. I don't know. Bruno will be there, of course. But yeah, I think it's going to be a draw. I don't know the score line. It might be 2-2, might be 3-3. So it's going to be a draw, and then extra time will be the decisive end of the match. Nilaikar says 2-2, then on to penalties. Yeah, that's what I want. Akash Biswa says tomorrow is gonna be fun. Avishek, I'll send you the WhatsApp group link. All right, I'm in. Feisty Uchiha says 2-1 for Bill. So
My
Portugal
God,
is
this
winning. All right, so
Portugal
guys, Portugal has won.
has
It's
become,
time to
yeah,
change your fantasy teams,
yes,
and if you do betting, so just put your money out of Portugal, out of
absolutely,
Belgium, then
absolutely,
put it to like I
absolutely.
can vouch for it.
Absolutely. This guy has
Uh,
already beaten the likes of Netherlands today. So you can
Björn
yes.
is
you,
getting a red
you
card
come
then.
back. Wow, Muniar, my goodness.
Björn,
Muniar
So
is
Munir
ideally
is
getting either getting
injured.
injured or getting red card. My
Yeah,
goodness.
because the last time in the match against Italy, he made Immobile the captain, and we all know how many goals he scored.
Immobile and
Yes.
Insigne.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
both of
today
them
Depay.
scored so many goals.
And today Depay.
Yeah. Wow.
This guy is something else.
Yes.
Akash Biswas says 3-2 for Belgium. Uh, Prakhar Bhattacharya says he just ruined my whole fantasy career. Not just yours, my friend, everybody's. Uh, Akash Biswas' reputation of Bodhisatya Banerjee. Yes,
King.
uh, this is a business for us. We just do consulting.
Absolutely. Of
Yeah, so
avoiding that particular player.
of avoiding that particular player. Yeah. Uh, Akash Biswas says Immobile, Insigne, Depay, Dumfries. Okay. Okay, guys, it's 6 minutes. I need to get ready for the match. It's a big match, so we'll wrap up now. Uh, Thank you guys for being here. So, if you want to just go ahead and watch tactical videos, analysis, and the tactic show is the place to be. Now, if you want stats, the charts that we use uh, to like portray all the data, these are all made by Stat Attack. So, I've given both of their links in the description, so be sure to check them out and be sure to watch today's match and also look out for this comment here.
Yes.
Portugal will win today if everything goes well. All right.
Yes.
If
Absolutely.
he doesn't change his thought process in the middle, but yeah, so this is something that's going to happen. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap up. Last comment here. Prakash Ranjan Chakraborty says 2-2,
2-2.
and then penalties. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So,
So
guys,
we are
we'll
we are
wrap up.
coming back tomorrow with Croatia and Spain
Yes,
as well.
yes. So, we'll be there tomorrow as well. So, be sure to tune in. Till then, goodbye and enjoy the match.
Bye. Goodbye.